The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
We live. We live. Yeah.
How y'all be thinking what y'all dig sometimes? Why does that overshadow logic? That's why I be beating it. I be beating it. You are thirsty. These hoes can't get to you if you already beat your shit. He beat the shit. I be beating it, beating it, beating it. He beat the shit. Beating it, beating it, beating it. He beat the shit. Beating it, beating it, beating it. He beat the shit. Beating it, beating it, beating it. He beat the shit. Beating it, 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 beat it, beating it, beat it, beat it, beating it, beat it, beating it, beat it, beat it. I be beating it, beating it.
That's the show, Diddy!
The last 7 days have been totally insane, but we made it. Now buckle up and get ready for the most organic conversation on the internet with your hosts, the Force, the King, the Kamikaze, the Great and Terrible. Up to it, down to it. Pour a glass and talk some trash. Welcome to the show, and thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a good time tonight right along with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Let's go up to it.
Go time, baby. Know what it is. You know the sound. You know it's about to go down. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Assuming nothing's changed since the last time, and we can still call you that. Actually, feeling pretty good that we pretty much can still call you that. Welcome back to another episode of Up to It, Down to It, the most organic conversation on the internet, where it is guaranteed that we will listen and we will judge. We listen and we judge. And I'll drink to that. Yes, sir. You see, you already got the drink in the air. You know what it is. This is what we're doing. It's Friday night. We're having this a good time. How you doing, LB? How you feeling, man?
All right. Oh man, what's good, man? What is good? We made it through the week, man. We made it through another week, another 2 weeks actually, right? So feeling good, feeling great. Just tired, man. We working. I know everybody's feeling it. I know everybody's feeling it, man. We doing more with less, you know, and feeling all kinds of stress. But you know, we still blessed by the best. So, and I don't mean to rhyme because I don't got the time, but
that's what it is, man. He a poet and y'all ain't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So
that's what it is, man.
I'm still fine like wine and getting better with time, and I hope everybody else is too. All right.
Damn
Get
right.
your glass, right? Whatever it is, wine, water, tequila, beer, whiskey, more tequila, vodka, more tequila, gin, more tequila.
What?
Speaking of tequila, shout out Mexico trip coming up.
Hey.
It's fantastic. The bros will be in the building. So yeah, it's gonna be tequila from here on out. Tequila, but not tonight. Okay, tonight is Dang, tonight is tequila. I got to, I got the Don Julio sitting off to the side. This must be my wife's doing. Her favorite, okay, which means it's definitely my favorite because I'm gonna get it because it's her
Heyo.
favorite. Right, that's
Heyo.
the Don Julio. You can't really tell, but you can tell by the bottle. All right, that's that Blanco. Get it in. That I might break that out when it comes to something serious, and we got some serious to talk about. But I think I said something about this the last time. I just got this bottle, like 2 Fridays ago. So the last show. This is the Toki Suntory whiskey. This is Japanese whiskey. I don't remember if I had. I feel like I did. I feel like I just broke it out. If I didn't, okay, you can shout out in the comments, all of that. Tell me about myself, about my bad memory, whatever. But this right here, whew, this bad boy is like this is something different, okay? And it might be because I haven't had a whole lot of Japanese whiskeys. Actually, I don't think I've had any Japanese whiskeys. I've had a Japanese gin. I had that on the show before. I definitely told y'all about that. But this Japanese whiskey right here, Toki Suntory whiskey. Whew. Yes, it is. Listen, this right here, 43%. It is the truth. Okay, I'm gonna just say it's the truth. Try it out. They do have. It's in another family of a higher brand, or higher brand, a higher what do you want to say? It's in the family, right? So it's a higher caliber of whiskey. That sucker was like $235 or whatever, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come back for that. But this one is in the same family, and it was reasonably priced. I want to say you might be able to get it. It was around the 40 to 60 range. I can't remember exactly. But I took a chance on it and I am not disappointed. So, but for the words of affirmation, for the tonight's, inspiration, as Trey would say, and I take that on. What needs to happen right now is we got to what's been on my heart is you got to say what you got to say what needs to be said. All right. There's things there's changes that need to happen. There's things that need to be said, and you need to say what you need to say. You need to voice your opinion. You need to be vocal. If changes need to happen, nothing's going to change if you ain't talking about it. If you ain't even speaking up. If you ain't even speaking up, you, then it's definitely not going to change. Some people might feel like, and I've felt this way before. It's like, you said something before, you said it again, and you say, hey, this could make this company better, or this could make this situation better. And you might be feeling tired of like, I've been saying it over and over and over again. Well, guess what? Keep saying it. Because if you don't say it, it's not going to change at all. But saying it, at least there's a chance. At least at some point, your voice will either be heard as in they'll take that advice, or it's going to be heard as in I told you so, and you're gonna be saying it without saying it. It's going to be like that unspoken I told you so look. So that's the message. We got a good show that we got for y'all tonight. So it's not too late. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Jump on board. We're gonna have some good times tonight because we in the building and we live. Let's go. LFG, baby. LFG.
Let's fucking go. My drink is not nearly as impressive as Japanese whiskey.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm I'm trying to hold back from I'm trying to hold listen, I mean this it's in the most respectful way, I guess. Or I should say no disrespect. But I'd be taking a sip of the Japanese whiskey. I'd be like, hoi! I'd be wanting to do that. I don't know why. I just be wanting to take a sip. Hoi! I don't know why. Okay. I apologize. I'm apologizing in advance, I guess. Listen.
You know why? We know. We know why.
I'm sorry.
Ninja Turtles' fault.
It is. Or, some other show.
You drinking Oroku sake.
Oroku sake. Hoi.
Wasn't that damn that was Shredder, right? Oroku sake.
It had to be Shredder.
Shredder.
Had to be Shredder.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's what it is.
What do you think about a so they already remade the Turtles, okay? What if they remade the Turtles?
Again?
Yeah, again.
They've remade the Turtles a bunch of times. They just done it, I think, last year, and that joint that is kind of whack. I'm not. I mean, it wasn't the movie wasn't awful, but
so
like
right, you're
Mutants
talking about the
Revenge
one
or something like that.
It was it was in that the cartoonish like comic book style where it was almost looked like you needed 3D glasses to watch the thing, but yeah.
Like that wasn't terrible, but
yeah, I didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it was
it's not in my rotation, but I didn't think it was super terrible. So
and the Turtles could be something that could go in the rotation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've tried a bunch of times and failed many times to reboot the Ninja Turtles.
That just popped in my head because remakes and the whole Japanese. But I was thinking about Lilo and Stitch that's coming out.
Yeah.
On what is that? The 23rd. And I was like, okay, all right, let's see how this goes, because they went, with the Sonic, making that I guess live or whatever version you want to call it, but they're doing that with Lilo and Stitch. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
And Sonic was good. At least the second one and the third one were really good. The third one was real good.
Man, come on, Shadow, let's go.
Shadow.
Some people had an issue, but I liked Keanu Reeves for that role. I did.
Yeah,
I liked him for the Shadow. Okay,
I mean, it worked. It's Neo, Shadow. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
right? I was here for it, man. I thought the movie was good. The plot was good. The story was good. I think all the characters were true to themselves, and I think usually that's kind of one of the issues with the Turtles, particularly. They kind of try to reinvent them over and over again, and then they just kind of retcon things that we all know to be true, like what they done to April.
Oh well.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of retcon, what up, A Brown? What's happening? Because you already know. You already know.
What up,
though? You gotta talk about this. Look at this.
I'm starting early. Bring my Leo brother home.
Oh boy. So if you had not heard, it turns out that Tory Lanez did not shoot Meg Thee Stallion. What? What? Well,
news to my first time hearing about it.
What'd you say?
I said my first time hearing about it. I didn't. Not that the situation, but that it turns out that he didn't.
Yep.
Pull the trigger. Is he doing all right? I heard didn't he get stabbed like a bunch of times?
Which is also kind of ironic around the same time that this story released that the girl Kelsey, what the hell is Kelsey last name? I don't know. Somebody help me out in the comments. Kelsey something, all right? But Kelsey Shooter is what I'm gonna call her right now. Kelsey Shooter, because apparently Kelsey the one that would pull the trigger. And Tory Lanez ended up taking the fall for it. It appears this is all alleged, right? but it appears that he didn't pull the trigger, and it, you know, unfortunately, almost cost him his life, as he also was stabbed 14 times. Stabbed 14 times about a day or so before uh, it was released and made public, at least, that he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. Isn't that something? Isn't that crazy?
So I did see about the stabbing, and I saw some comments that said, what is he doing in Gen Pop, right? And somebody else was saying, well, he wanted to be there. Like he didn't have to be in general population, but he wanted to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. The first thought in my mind is, hey, if you got money and you like, you ain't got nothing. Like if you like, if you a celebrity, if you better Martha Stewart your butt up. You ain't got nothing to prove. What you got something to prove by being in Gen Pop like that? Like, come on.
You know, and I think, okay, so I heard his dad talk about this after the news was released that his son had been stabbed. And pretty much it sounds like that's just kind of the type of person that he is. I mean, I don't know. They both could be completely full of shit. Okay, let's leave room for that. Okay, I don't know. But it seems that that's just kind of the type of cat he is. Like, you don't want to, you don't necessarily want to get preferential treatment per se. You know what I mean? He just seems like he's not that type, according to his dad.
Okay. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Because if I got assets to protect, like I'm gonna protect my assets. I don't care what anybody thinks about me at that point when I have assets to protect. I'm not like, what are we doing here? Yeah. So
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I don't. What I will say is the truth is going to come out, and I'll also say that for a good many of you, I told you this story had a whole bunch of holes in it. I said way back then that this story had more holes than Swiss cheese, and here we are. It turns out that, well, it allegedly turns out that,
allegedly,
everything is allegedly. He's an agitator, apparently. I guess that's what happened. I want to say this too. I think a bunch of people were saying that he was drunk and belligerent during this fight or something like that, but that apparently is false. That apparently is false. It was this stabbing happened at like 6:30 in the morning. So y'all think it was a hit? Y'all think somebody tried to take him out?
Nah.
No, you don't think so?
I don't know.
The timing is real coincidental. I'm just saying. I don't know. Let us know in the comments what y'all think. I'm just saying the timing seems very ironic. I don't know. Don't nobody come up here and say, "Oh yeah, Trey said."
Of course they will.
Just saying.
They will.
You said what?
I said, of course they will. Of course they will.
Right.
Side note, not with you looking like you in the Matrix with the sunglasses. Are those different sunglasses? You
I have. So, niggas is getting old, man. You know what I'm saying? You can see the reflection in the glasses. There's the lights, because this room otherwise is pretty dark, and I'm black enough as it is. You can be seeing me, be seeing the shadow. So, but also, my eyes are a little bit sensitive to the light. A little bit sensitive. So
Age,
I gotta
man.
maintain everything.
Age.
You know, I don't want no trouble, so I'm protecting my eyes now.
Age,
So
man.
I don't
Age.
gotta do it.
I know it. I know it. Well, just to let you know, you look milk chocolate in the light, not dark chocolate as usual. Okay, you look milk chocolate. So
I don't know, man. I don't want no milk chocolate, man. Let me turn this light down, yo. Hold up, man. I gotta fix this son of a bitch right there. I'll tell you what. Hold on. Light skinned ass chocolate. Nah.
hey, that should be like a meme. Like you appear to be turning light skin, and it's a
You appear to
crisis.
be turning light skin
And it's a
right in front of
crisis.
our eyes.
Oh,
Terrible, terrible, terrible. No offense to you light skins out there.
we
No,
laugh.
no,
Hey,
no,
no
no offense
offense.
to you
No
light
offense.
skins out there.
No offense. No offense. That
No
was to
offense.
the.
Unless you're drinking Aquafina, in which case we listen and we judge. Never forget.
I guess if you're drinking Aquafina, then you really turn the light skin.
Super light skin
All right.
drinking
All
Aquafina.
right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're not.
Light
Listen.
skin has water.
First of all, I'm talking about light skinned dudes. Okay.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. For the misses. Yeah, oh, and milk.
Yeah.
Also, listen, milk chocolate is delicious. By the way, I just want to say for the record that milk
Yeah.
chocolate is
For the
delicious.
regular. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't want nobody misconstruing nothing. Be like, they got on the internet and they said
He said.
crazy shit. All right, what's what else? Yeah, Tory Lanez apparently got stabbed. Meg Thee Stallion probably lied about it. That Kelsey chick, which none of you, by the way, y'all just gonna sit there and watch me struggle. By the way, none of you told me this Kelsey chick's last name. She can't just be damn Kelsey. She's not Cher. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
it's
She's
gonna be
not Sabu. Rest in peace.
Kelsey is it Kelsey or Chelsea? I don't know. Listen,
Isn't it Kelsey with a K?
I don't know. Maybe it's Kelsey. I truly don't know.
Y'all gotta help us out. Y'all can't just sit there and watch us struggle. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, apparently she done it, and that's that. And speaking of which, I meant to talk about this. I owe a debt actually to all of you. I put this out in the title last week, and we did not talk about it. I don't think at all last week. Shannon Sharp.
Let's talk about it.
Shannon Sharp.
Let's talk about it because that's still ongoing.
Up.
Oh man,
Bro chart. He according to her, he paid $25,000 a cheek.
okay. What? I didn't hear that part. See that part? What?
There's
Because
one of the text messages she sent. You know, like one of them. You know
from
what it
what I
is.
could,
25,000 a cheek.
what from my reason from what? Oh, let me ask the question. I'm gonna just ask the question. Does it even look like $20,000 worth of cheeks? I'm just saying, if you gonna do, I, I think y'all on, cause I'm just all right, hold on, cause you know, if you gonna do something. If you, why you even? How do you? Something don't seem strange to you when you like. I guess when you got certain kind of money. I think we said it on the show before, right? Some of the best things in life are free. $20,000. $20,000.
Listen, hey, couldn't be me. And I said that last week. It couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Then again, I guess if at the income level where 50 racks for a night with a pretty young thing. Allegedly.
Let's, we're gonna listen. This whole show tonight is alleged. Disclaimer.
Everything.
Alleged. Okay. Disclaimer for alleged. Yeah. Everything.
We are not the independent fact checkers.
Absolutely not.
We could be wrong, but the text messages what I seen said she was talking about 25,000 a cheek, and really, man, and this is really what messes me up. She gave all the warning signs of a harlot you ain't supposed to be messing around with. She gave all the warning signs, talking about putting big black baby butter in her. Big black baby butter. Like, come on, man. That's a dead giveaway. She trying to get you caught up, bro. You supposed to know better than this, Unc.
What? Not only that, come on. The first thing, if you are, come on, you know what? What is it? NDA?
Yeah.
NDA. You never heard of it? NDA?
You know he did. You know he did. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just there's just certain things.
But beyond that, I'm just like, why? Like that? I guess though.
I'm not gonna say she was ugly, but I don't know if she was. I don't know. I do know for a fact she wasn't 25K a cheek worthy. She wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
maybe she was that good.
That one I don't understand. Well, I mean,
she was that good.
You got some that are that good if they doing what you want them to do when you want them to do it. I still just find it. I mean, because listen, come on, the only one to be that good to do what she does the way you want. I think it just seems to me like it's more so a preference than it's that good. That just seems to be a preference. Some people like have different preferences.
They got like them young white chicks. So he like young white chicks.
Some people have a preference, and hey, if you got a preference, you got a preference, I guess. Some like them big, some like them small, and like them all. Okay.
Yeah.
Some like them light, some like them dark.
Yeah.
Some like them when you bring them 2 by 2, just like Noah's Ark. Like,
hey, oh hell.
So, hey man, preference.
That's what it is, man. Hey, his preference is about to cost his ass $50 million. and allegedly, I mean, I don't know. I think my intel is correct. He was about to sign $100 million contract too.
I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say whether he loses the 50 or he loses the 100, he's going. It essentially, he about to lose something, right? That's what it seems like. Allegedly, that's because we know how business goes. They will cut ties with you if it's going to affect their business.
And my man tried to settle with $10 million, and she was like, "Or no." So this probably going to be $150 million L, man.
So and then what I think about sometimes is like, just because somebody tries to settle doesn't mean it's an admission of guilt. It's like, hey, I want to get, all right, whatever. This is going to cost less than what I'm going to be missing out on if we go down this road.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
How much is it going to cost me to make this all go away? $5 million.
Yeah,
$5 million. Fantastic.
without causing too many ripples, waves, and then it's gonna cost me, my future dollars. Like, hey man,
She about to be spending his great grandkids' money.
hey man, you got to be more careful.
Be more careful.
You got to be more careful.
He played in Baltimore. He played in Baltimore. You would think you'd know better. Monique tried to warn him. Monique tried to tell him, and I ain't exactly one that particularly sides with Monique on a lot of things. But she told him straight up, you need to go get you somebody about your age that know how to take care of a man. Get you a wife. Baba said, man, find a wife finds a good thing. I'm just saying.
They come out that good book. The good book.
I'm just saying. All right. And then the last thing that we got to catch up on. Oh, this is good timing too. Last thing.
What was Talk to us now. Talk to us now.
Not that we didn't already know that he was a disgusting piece of trash who should die and fry in hell. This Diddy case. Woo! Talk about a couple of turns. This thing is taking some really dark turns. I think a lot of people kind of knew that, like Hollywood is Hollywood for a reason, and stuff goes on and stuff goes on. But man, when you hear some of the descriptions of some of the stuff that went on at his parties, and it's starting to come out with who was involved and who was there and all. Man, this thing has got so many twists and turns. It's crazy. You been keeping up with this so far, or not?
I have
Not quite.
definitely not been keeping up, but I've been hearing bits and pieces, and because everybody. Well, no, I'm not gonna say everybody, but like it's wild. It's definitely wild. So even though I have not been keeping up, like I've been hearing about things, crazy things. Especially like,
Crazy things.
man, it's like, I don't know. It's to the point where you 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 got to get to know the person you choose to be with. Their past
All right,
matters. Their past matters.
the past matters.
Uh,
Poor. Aren't they married now? Cassie and that new guy. Are they married now? Or are they just dating?
No, I thought they were married. I don't know. I didn't
Man.
look up, but I heard. Yeah, it's
But see, the thing is though that allegedly, well, not allegedly, she apparently was going back to Diddy even while she was with new husband.
hey man, listen.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to make a bunch of
Hey,
you people
whatever.
watching mad.
Say it.
Those y'all watching, I'm about to make a bunch of y'all mad. Let me first say disclaimer. I am in no way absolving Diddy in this what I'm about to say. In no ways am I absolving Diddy. Like I said at the top, dying, fry in hell, you rotten rich old wretch. Okay? Let me know in the comments if you know what song I'm referencing. Anyway, if you don't, haha. But with that being said,
Is that wicked?
no.
Okay.
No.
I just threw it out there because you got a house full of girls, and
I do.
it was just a guess that I was throwing out there. Okay.
Where I do my best to stay away from their weird theater kids singing. No, I'm kidding. It's actually pretty entertaining for real. What the hell was I saying? Cassie.
Yeah.
Look, man.
You about to say something?
I'm about to say something.
It's gonna make them all mad.
They're gonna want to
Not
cancel
all,
me.
but some.
Cassie was a victim, but not an innocent one.
Does that? Jesus.
look, look. Do do we not have agency? Is there no agency? Like even when you left, even when she left and got with somebody else, she still went back. I don't know how true this is, but I seen a post was said that allegedly he FaceTimed her while she was with him. After she and her now husband were together, he once upon a time FaceTimed her while she was with him, engaging in, grown up activities, right? Getting them cheeks clapped and that back blowed out by the ex, and he on FaceTime. Okay. So she can't, I mean, I'm just saying she she went back after she had already got out. Like I understand people like, oh man, it's hard to get out, but she went back after she got out. She also went back after she got out. And personally, I'm not buying the idea of, oh yeah, I saw this guy, my heart was all aflutter and I was just in love. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. All right. We know there's a whole lot of people that will, for lack of a better phrase, whore themselves out for a chance at stardom, a chance to be a part of the life, a chance to be associated with whomever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's the for a
Choices
shot.
made.
You know what I'm saying?
Choices were made.
Choices were made.
Unless a gun was held to your head. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
He probably did hold a gun to her head at one point.
Maybe, maybe a gun was held to the head. Maybe she was,
He might have.
An adolescent at the time. Maybe, I don't know the whole story, brain didn't fully develop. I don't know. So I just know choices were made. That's what I do know. Choices were made.
And that's kind of all I could say is that, in the end, you do have some agency, man. It's kind of like two things can be true. It's like, and we've used this example before, right? If you went to this party and stuff happened that you regret or wish didn't or didn't want or whatever it is, were they right for putting you in that position? No, but also you went, you wore the short dress, you ain't have nothing on up under him, you got drunk, you went to his room, you got in his bed. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? A strong person can handle themselves in a dark alley. A wise person will avoid the dark alley.
But this didn't it. Again, I don't know the full story, but I thought that it happened like more than once. Like I thought that like this is like something that was like part of the lifestyle, and it was almost like, oh, she was trapped in there and blah blah blah. But like again, I don't know. I'm just saying what I've heard. And it's like at some point, you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me,
Right.
fool me twice. Fool me, can't get fooled again. I'm just saying, like, at some point, the, you hear some of these stories and you be like, wait a minute. How long did that session go on for? It's like, did you really not like what was going on, or did you not like that people find out about, or you trying to get some? I don't know. Again, not absolving. So here's the other. Okay, I'm not gonna go down that route. We're not gonna go down that route.
Nah, go ahead.
No.
We already here now.
I need to do more, I guess, before I make a comment on what's really on trial here, or what this trial is all about. I need to find out what it's really about, because if somebody has a fetish and that fetish doesn't involve underage minors, if it doesn't involve holding somebody against their will, i.e., gun to the head, or whatever. If these are consenting adults, I'm just, if there was no trafficking of, humans. And again, I guess I do need to take a look at it before, I make this comment, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, what are we really talking about? If again, these are consenting adults. Like, if these are,
Well, I guess
if
that's
these are
the question.
consenting adults, then it's exactly what it was, is a
Yeah.
freak off. So I would have to, like, and I don't. Uh,
Yeah, this is where probably over or incorrectly charging somebody may come back to bite them. We found out the sexy information about Diddy's abusive behavior and his narcissistic behavior and so on and so forth, but unfortunately, he's not on trial for that. To
How
your
about,
point,
is being narcissistic illegal?
right, 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 and like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, unfortunately, we find out some disgusting, disturbing things about Diddy, but also that's not what he's on trial for. He's on trial for sex trafficking, and as jacked up as these stories are, I don't know. I don't. I don't know.
Right. I
I don't know they're going. I don't know they're going to get him for sex trafficking. I mean, I hope they get him. I want them to get him because he's terrible. I want
oh,
them to get him, but I don't. You know, I don't know if they're going to get him for this.
yeah, I don't know.
Comments. Let us know. Let us know. Y'all think they're going to get Diddy for sex trafficking or not? Oh, first of all, hold on. Let me go back. Thank you, Kelsey Harris. Kelsey Harris. Thank you, Diamond. Kelsey Harris is who allegedly shot Meg Thee Stallion. News talking about baby oil. They said that the baby oil allegedly had, like, it was like drug laced. I'm gonna have to look into some of this stuff myself because some of these stories are just
Ooh,
crazy. But allegedly, the
ooh.
baby oil was drug laced, and it was like popping a Molly, but you rubbing the baby oil, like popping a pill, popping an pill, but it's
So
baby oil.
so you so it,
Word.
so you rub the baby oil on, and it makes you feel okay.
Make you feel the feelings.
But even still, I feel like they would know. Like, okay, maybe some didn't. Okay, hey, but at the same time, you signed up for the free.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like
Well, I
it's almost like with Bill Cosby. Like, I'm not saying Bill Cosby was a great guy or anything like that. I mean, if he was a scoundrel, obviously he was a scoundrel. He had them women up in his house with his wife, right? So yeah, obviously he was a scoundrel, but also y'all went to this known married man's house Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Pulling up at 2 a.m. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like
they wanted the help. They wanted the help. They wanted to make it.
That's it.
They wanted to.
They wanted to get there. They was their own version of the casting couch, man. The casting couch is a thing. You know, casting couch is a thing. You know, and I know we like to think about that, like not about my favorite artist, not about my favorite entertainer. Yeah, probably them too. Probably them too. Anyway, let's see what do we got here. If they don't get them for trafficking, they'll get them for the guns and the drugs. Yeah, probably. They're talking about an 8-week trial. That is crazy. What else we got here? Chris Stokes. I'm about to look that one up. Myself. I'm not that hip. Schedule be super busy. I know a little bit about some of this. I don't know all of that. But I do know that apparently we and Cassie's husband found out that she was with 13 escorts. 13 of the escorts.
Well, hey man.
You know, and apparently she was instructed to rub man yogurt on Diddy's nipples.
Okay.
I couldn't say it with a straight face, man. I tried. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Yep.
At this point, yeah. Yep. Mm-mm. All right.
Oh man.
Yep.
This doesn't surprise me.
What does that say?
Immature B2K allegedly him and Marcus Houston was having fun with the young boys. That doesn't surprise me.
Hey man.
Justin Bieber, probably something's gonna come out about that, I'm sure.
Listen. Y'all do what y'all do. All right. I'm gonna go over here and have a beer. So
Yo, I'm just saying, yeah, just Justin Bieber. Yeah, that's gonna come out. That's gonna come out, no doubt. At all. Oh, okay. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We live. What we got going on here?
Man. They said ding 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 ding. I heard the ping on my side. So let's
somebody trying
let's
to
see
tag
what
in?
this is over here. Oh yeah, yes sir. Here he is, fresh dressed like $1 million. With the best game, with the tie game, looking dapper and demure. Talk to us, Cam. What's up, dog?
Man, I'm tired. I done closed my my rings on my Apple Watch 2 times today. It's been a time, but I'm leaving my school prom. Notice how I said I'm leaving it. They ain't left yet.
Hey, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, they getting it in. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
once I heard how low can you go, I was like, yep, that's my sign to go. I don't want to see your low, you know.
No
a lot of my own students that I'd like to pretend that they still innocent.
Right. You're right. You ain't supposed to be going low at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of that. Get out of here.
For sure.
We're probably going to talk about something along those lines a little bit later. I'm fairly certain that that's going to get chosen, but that's a conversation for later. Yeah, man. Hey, how far are you from the crib?
About 15 minutes. That's the beautiful part is this was at the hotel at Arundel Preserve, so hella close for me.
Not far at all. That's what's up.
Not at all. Yeah, that's a win.
My guy.
But I'm glad to see y'all. Glad I was able to, catch y'all and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. Your time is good, man. We didn't get into the signs you can start trusting somebody again. Yeah, we ain't getting into that just yet. But I'm
Ooh.
glad. I'm glad because I wanted you on board for this one, so I'm glad you on. While you're on the way, we talked about three things. We talked about Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Let's start there. You know the Uncle Shay Shay's situation. What are your thoughts, real quick?
I ain't got none. I ain't got none. That girl needs some meat on her bones. That's my only thought. Like, really, dude?
Hey, 25,000 a cheek, dog.
I, what was next?
25 racks a cheek, man. Yeah, that's premium cheek, dog.
I just, I just, when you have access to whatever, and you
Ah.
know, to whatever, them
Shannon
some wild
Sharp
choices.
had premium sliced deli meat.
That what was it? Okay.
Ah, we don't. Yeah,
All right. Next thing we talked about was was how allegedly Tory Lanez was not the one that shot Meg the Stallion. In fact, it was Kelsey. Wait a minute, Kelsey Harris. That's it, Kelsey Harris. Thanks, Diamond. It was Kelsey Harris what shot Meg the Stallion allegedly.
but
Also,
wasn't it?
subsequently, around the same time, Tory Lanez got stabbed 14 times, lung collapse. He's recovering well, but also that happened. Your thoughts?
But didn't she allegedly shoot herself? So how many times they story gonna change? So they
Well, I
try to
don't
say
know.
she shot. You know, they try to say she shot herself. Now he's saying he shot her. What?
I mean, what I say is probably he didn't shoot her. I don't know if Meg shot herself or if Kelsey shot her, but apparently Tory didn't shoot her.
Apparently. But again, Tory is in jail for charges not related to shooting her. So,
True. Also true.
I, you, so again, you play stupid games on a
Yo,
tourist visa.
He's from Canada. He's from America's Hat. That don't count.
Deportation, deportation.
Not not according to the law.
Apparently
Don't count
not.
according to the law.
America's Hat is not America.
Well, I mean, America's
Well,
nuts ain't America either. You know,
nope. Nope. Is Mexico America's nuts?
it's
That
got
makes
to be.
sense. New Jersey's America's armpit, right?
Sorry, Jersey people.
Sorry, Jersey. That's what I heard. Allegedly, New Jersey is America's armpit. All right. So also we talked about what as you were coming in, we were talking about the Diddy trial and what stuff has been exposed. And I gave you a little bit of a hot take. I said that while in no way, again, I'm gonna say it again, in no way is any of this meant to absolve Diddy. But I also got to say, to quote Richard specifically, decisions were made, the choices were made, and
Decision choices were made.
choices were made, and there are results of choices. And I know people don't like that all the time, but that's what happens. She was a victim for sure. Just not an innocent one because she kept going back. Even when she was out, she went back. Like, I understand. I understand. It's like, oh, I can't get out. But like once she was out, she went back. So,
But I'm so I get what y'all saying. I just like the psychological aspects that come with like, and I mean, if everything that we're hearing and some of what we saw because it's on video, and secondhand and eyewitness accounts. If that's the kind of abuse you went through physically, verbally, psychologically, escape is not. You know what I'm saying? It's not all that. I get it's different, but at a point, slaves were in shackles, yes, and if they essentially took the mind of the slave, you could take the shackles off, and the slave still wasn't gonna go nowhere because you had taken their mind. So, like for a underage, because when she first got around him, she was underage. Frontal lobe is already not developed. Teenagers already susceptible to being manipulated and groomed and whatever the case may be. And then you get taken into a violent, drug-filled, atmosphere. Like she never stood a chance from the beginning. So like escape is relative.
Was she a teenager when they got together? Like how old was she?
Either 16 or 17.
See, and that's what I said. I said I didn't know, right, if she was adolescent or not. And so here we go. So that makes more like, okay, I get that now, because if it had started as an adult, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute,
So
okay. So it sounds like a grooming process.
Where were her parents?
And that's the $100 million question, but we've seen it before. Parents who don't truly care about their kids see dollar signs and essentially sell their kids into whatever. They pimping their kids. It just look a little different, I done seen enough SVU episodes to know, Yeah.
According to Grok, she was 19 when they started dating.
Well,
yeah, 2005. They met in 2005.
Publicly dating?
Well, it says they met in 2005. So that's 20 years ago. So how old is Cassie now? 39? Is she 39?
I don't know.
All right, let's find out.
Because we're gonna like
meet some
dating, admitting to dating and being with somebody are not the same.
She's 38. She was born in 1986. So if they met in 2005, then she would have been 19.
If they met, or if they started dating, then I can promise you he ain't meet her then. Which then begs the question: when did he start with the wild stuff? And again, all of these are like allegations and accusations, but we know. Well, I won't even say allegations, accusations. Usher not comfortable around Diddy. Justin Bieber is comfortable around Diddy. And they got started much younger. So I'm just saying, if he been wild, he been wild.
Yeah, I mean Diddy been wild. I mean, like I said, that's why I'm in no way trying to defend or absolve Diddy. Like as I said, you weren't here, but as I said at the beginning, he deserves to and should die and fry in hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he absolutely should take every bit of the L that he's gonna take. But also decisions were made. Also, you kept going back, and also, the moment your husband asks you to rub some other dude's man splooge on his chest. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway,
I
can't relate.
understand.
That's all I can say. I can't relate.
Yeah, I can't relate. I'm saying I understand what you're saying. I just because of course we say, well, the law says you're an adult at 18, and in some instances you can be tried as an adult at 17, whatever the case may be. The legal drinking age is 21. The brain doesn't finish fully developing until 25. You know what I'm saying? So 18 is a legal number. That's it.
Yeah, it's a baby. It's still a kid. Well, as
you
far
know,
as as far as being fully developed, you know what I mean? Now 18 and 19 and 20 is also, old enough to go fight in the war and old enough to, you know what I'm saying? To do other things
which is
too.
still
So like,
it's still dangerous in my mind though.
man, I mean, yeah, well,
I
yeah.
mean, if the law says you can, cool, but you know, I think that's dangerous. Again, if you can't legally drink till 21,
I mean, I think that's fair to say you can't legally do stuff that, is going to cause long-term or can cause long-term issues until you're 21. You can't choose to do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, which you enlist in the services and go kill people.
Also
It's
true.
it it's
Maybe
it,
drinking
it
age should
should
also be 18.
yeah.
Drinking age should be 18. Or we should move the adult age to 21.
I and I'm not just saying this because I'm on the other side of it, but like, and I'm fortunate, I stayed around people who did not pressure me into things prematurely. And I'm glad that I did not, start drinking till I like, had light stuff at 20. But like the way, that we have drunk, I'm glad I wasn't doing that before 21. For what it's worth, I'm glad I wasn't really doing that, for a little while after. I
Yeah.
like it's just certain things that you don't need to be exposed to. And of course, as a high school teacher, I see the ramifications of early drug use, early alcohol abuse, like all of these things.
Yeah.
And some of my students are 19, 20. My first year of high school teaching, I had a 21-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No dispute, man. I mean, listen, I'm also because maybe it is because I'm on the other side of it, but I think the same way. I'd be okay with moving the excuse me legal adult age to 21. Personally, I'd be okay with that. But then that
25.
complicated. I mean, it should be 25 for real, because that's your brain is fully developed at 25. I mean, therefore you are an adult. I would say,
and
but you know,
and in 25, the age where like that you can rent cars without a significant like
I'm
down
ready to say,
deposit,
like,
right,
you
right.
know,
You're still a risk. You're a risk and a hazard until you're 25 for real.
yeah.
yeah, like you get hit with super surcharges and all of that.
Yep,
And I
rightfully
think
so.
it was like renting the U-Haul trucks or something. You had to be 25. Like it's like renting a car was like super. You had to be 25. He was under 25. You gonna
Yeah,
be
you're like a beta adult under 25. Like a gamma adult under 21. A
oh,
gamma grown up.
there's no trust there. You well, they trust you to do what the stupid things that people of
18,
that
19,
age
20
range
year olds.
do.
Yeah. Yep.
You
You're expected to do what people in your age group do.
Yeah.
You're expected to do that.
That's that trust level there. It's like, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yep. It's exactly right. Yep. Insurance rates drop at 25. You can be inside Dave and Buster's by yourself at 25. At 25. You're old enough to be a chaperone at 25. And I mean, if you think about it, if somebody is 25 years old, that mentally is almost like a 7-year-old in that they've only been an adult for 7 years, right? Like a 7-year-old has only been alive for 7 years, right? The nuances of being an adult, you've only experienced that for 7 years by age 25,
And it's
right?
it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. And I feel like that's why when we approach 30, we start looking at the world different. And then when we approach 40, we start to really look at the world different and then probably start to put some things together. Maybe I'm just talking about me, but you know what I'm saying? Start to kind of put some things together about the world. I don't know what happens at 50. Y'all can let me know what happens at 50. But I'd imagine that's probably why, you start to reflect. Now you got frame of reference. You know what I'm saying? When you're 30, you got 12 years of grown up reference, right? So you can call back to some things and say, "Oh yeah, that was a mistake," or this was a great idea. I'm glad I did that. You know. When you a gamma adult, though, when you a gamma adult, you can't do nothing. 18 to 21 is a gamma adult. 21 to 25 is a beta adult.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the beta adults out there. Shout out to all the beta adults.
Adulting.
All right.
Just gotta
Yeah, you look like you pulling up.
for sure.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I ain't want to go to nothing while you were still driving.
Well, just in case I crash out.
Yeah, exactly. Because we got a couple of things. These well, let's get to this first. This signs that you can trust someone after they hurt you, and just to kind of also give you time. When you first said that, um, and probably when I said that, for those of you listening, probably somebody popped into your head immediately. Probably somebody who, you know, you once trusted and they did something to you, and you've learned from that lesson to harden yourself against subordinates, put no faith in a brother, have no friend, and trust no woman. Perhaps that's a line from a movie, by the way. But you know, I immediately thought of people that I could apply that. How would I know I can trust them after this tag to? So this one could get pretty interesting. What are y'all initial thoughts while we're getting Kev situated? Well, Rich, you can go ahead, jump in.
Uh Man, I mean, my initial thought is, it can be done. And what does it look like? I was just thinking about. I was literally just sitting here thinking about, have I done that? I I guess for me, I just maybe at this stage in the game, like where I'm at as far as like age and life, I'm just like people are gonna be who they are, and you just if you can deal with certain people, then um, you're gonna accept people for who they are and keep them where they're at. You have different levels of friendship for different people, like, and certain people aren't meant to be that close, and certain people are they're seasoned folks. They people come in your life and they're seasons. They're here for that season, and I don't take I don't have any like animosity or anger towards this. Like, hey, I understand seasons. I understand that this was the purpose. So if somebody is in my life, and then I get hurt, and then how can I trust that person again? Time is the only manifestation of truth, and so you know I have to go through within myself, hey, a process of communicating, hey, what happened, and is there a forgiveness point, or either forgiveness or letting go, and can I still operate with that person around or not? Like, so I don't know. Those are the few of the things that just came to mind when I heard, that the topic line, and that's what came to mind.
For sure. Let's get to it real quick, and let's look at some of these steps, man. 5 ways to know that you can forgive somebody after they hurt you. Let's talk about it.
Signs you can start trusting someone again after they hurt you. Big shout out to at Real Depression Project on Instagram for the inspiration. Let's break this down, starting with number 1. Let's go up to it. Number 1, they've taken accountability for their actions. They don't deflect responsibility or gaslight you. Instead, they own up to what they've done and face it head on. Accountability is the foundation of rebuilding trust. Number 2, they've changed their behavior. It's not just about words, it's about actions. They're actively working to make sure the past doesn't repeat itself. Growth shows effort, and effort builds trust. Number 3, they're not scared off by your reactions to triggers. Healing takes time, and they get that. They don't dismiss your feelings or run away when you're working through the hurt. They recognize it's a process, and they're willing to walk through it with you. Number 4, they've sincerely apologized. This isn't a quick sorry to brush things off. They understand the depth of the hurt they've caused and genuinely express remorse. You can feel the difference when an apology comes from the heart. Number 5, they connect with your needs. They're not just acting from their own perspective anymore. They've taken the time to understand what you need and are showing up for you in ways that align with that.
All right, so number 1 was they're accountable. Number 1 is they're accountable for their actions. And I think what we can do, we should probably go through these one by one. I like all 5 of these. Let's go through these one by one. So number 1, again, is they in fact, word for word, it says they've taken accountability for their actions and they don't deflect responsibility or gaslight you. They don't they don't deflect responsibility or gaslight you. Kev, jump in, brother. Talk to us.
It's and I know these things are meant to be funny. I actually found no humor in the video. It's like a TikTok trend with the wives, where they show them a list of words, and so they and they're like SAT vocabulary words, 4 to 5 syllable words, soliloquy, onomatopoeia, you know, trigonometry, like what what I'm saying. And then they show them accountability, and they can't pronounce that, and they show them, sorry, and they can't say that. Like, I actually find zero humor in that video. Like, I know it's meant to be cute, but like, they say some truth to every joke. And so that one scares me, that like, you can laugh about not recognizing what accountability is, that you can find humor in not seeing sorry, and for as like, nothing's true for everybody, and there are plenty of men who don't take accountability for their actions and can't say sorry. But when we're like looking at the grand scope of things, it's typically women who will not be accountable and will not apologize. Like, like, instead of saying, hey, you know what, I thought about what you said and I was wrong, they just like factory reset and like then just become normal, like nothing ever happened. So then you become a person who doesn't want to address conflict, because what I'm saying, one or two things is going to happen. It's either going to be flipped on you, which is the gaslight part they referenced to, or like you're not going to be heard and like validated in your feelings, even when you are like right as the day is long. So that's like that part bothers me a lot.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rich. I see you.
Yeah. No, accountability is a big part of it, because it is both sides, in my opinion. It's both sides acknowledging, that something happened, and You sometimes you get into situations where one party won't even acknowledge that it happened, and it just gets brushed off, and then so now it's one sided, and you're putting energy into trying to fix something that the other side is not willing to. And so, with what I was saying in the beginning, it's like it's only. I think you should only be extending yourself so much, because if it's not being reciprocated, then it's going to be energy wasted. And at some point you're gonna have to. Sometimes at some point you're gonna have to let it go. Do 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 do. Woo! Before somebody gets a TKO. Okay. So. So yeah, accountability is a big part of it, man. Super big part of it. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
thoughts, LB.
You said what?
I said
The
your
last thing
thoughts.
you said?
Your thoughts on it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh. Oh, hold on. That echo then came back, Kev. Whatever the echo was, that then came back. Hold on. Okay, now I think we're good now. It might be your computer. Hold on. You're not even in the. I ain't even realize. Hold on. My fault. My fault. My fault. Hold on.
We live.
All right, there we go.
That's probably.
Oh yeah. See, yeah, there's that. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Did it go away? It did just go away. Okay.
We good.
Is that better or?
Say something, Rich.
Check one, check two. We live.
It's like the sound coming out the computer and also going into the speaker
Because y'all are in my ear, so I don't.
in the ear, which is wild.
Yeah, I don't.
The disrespect. That's all right. Where there's a will, there's a trait. Oh, it's gone. Whatever happened is gone. Whatever happened is gone. So we're good. Okay. All right. um, accountability, not deflecting, not gaslighting. Heavy on the not deflecting responsibility part. I'm real heavy on that, man. Um, somebody who won't acknowledge their responsibility and their role in a situation is not to be trusted. And this is, I know a lot of times when we talk about relationships, we talk about like romantic relationships, husband and wife, stuff like that. But this is even in friendships, even in like families and stuff like that, right? Um, somebody that can't be accountable for what they did is not somebody that you can trust, not somebody you can deal with. And I actually am with Kev. I get the humor in uh, women not being able to say I'm sorry, or women not being able to pronounce accountability. I get the humor in that, but that sadly, that's kind of like a staple. And again, obviously, it's not only women; it's not exclusive to women. Um, but it does seem to be something that when you find a woman that is accountable, it's rare. At least in my experience, right? It's kind of rare. It's kind of rare. Um, obviously, it's none of you guys, right? But it's kind of rare. You a lot of times you hear you hear them double down. You hear them dismiss what you're saying. That you'll hear them dismiss your feelings. You'll hear them, and this is again just people. I'm not saying women in general. I'm saying people that are like this. You'll hear them, play the victim. They'll try to flip it on you. Like, I can't believe you came at me like that. Right? So no, somebody that can't reasonably be responsible for what they did, good, bad, or indifferent, right? It's not somebody that you can move forward with. I don't believe. I don't believe it's somebody you can move forward with. It's somebody I wouldn't move forward with. I'll say that. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. Number 2. Y'all want to move on? Y'all ready for number 2? You ready to go to number 2? Would y'all have anything else? Oh, we lost Kev. Oh, Kev's back. All right, bet. Wait.
Kev's muted. You know what that means?
Muted me.
Know what that means?
He muted me.
It did?
You did.
I did?
Yes. It said.
Nah, no way. I didn't do anything.
F word.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna drink anyway.
My cup is out. I got to drive in the morning. That's all I'm doing. That was my last sip.
It might be the earpieces, Kev.
Man,
The disrespect.
my life is a shambles right now.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Let's move on to while he's getting that together. Let's move on to the second one, and I think we can
Testing.
maybe do one more after this. Oh, say something.
Sound like it.
No. Testing.
Yep, we got you.
Oh, he had to take the headphones out.
Good grief.
All right.
I'm having
We'll work on
technical difficulty. You can, imagine.
It's all good. It's all good. No worries. All right.
Every technical difficulty you can imagine.
Everyone, man. That just means we're going to be drunk. So, because y'all know how we do. When we have technical difficulties, we got to drink.
All right. Supposed to take a drink, right?
Yep. Take a drink of whatever it is you drinking on. Let us know in the comments what you drinking on. As long as it's not Aquafina, we're not judging.
Okay. This is insane.
We're gonna do this way
to the bros.
To the bros.
Do it. I'm gonna do another one. Come on.
Chug a look. I gotta drink water now. I'm out of drink. All right, number 2. This is a big one, and then we can dive into the next ones next week since it's a little late. 3, 4, and 5. We'll do those next week. They've changed their behavior to prevent the past from happening again in the future. So they've been accountable. They've acknowledged what happened. They said why they did what they did.
Is Trey talking?
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Can you hear him?
No.
Check 1, check 2. I can hear you, Trey.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. It's him.
You can.
Damn.
Well, he said.
Damn. Can I be heard on this? I gotta check the feed now.
No.
Yeah, no, we good. We good on the feed. I don't know, man. All right, that's all right. That's all right. Oh, man. After the show discussion, we gotta get some equipment.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. All the more reason for y'all to tell a friend to tune in. You know what I'm saying? Because we need some equipment. You know what I'm saying? HBO special. Help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, okay, all right. Back to accountability. Great. Kev, can you hear me yet?
Yeah, like legitimately, I hear nothing from him.
Oh, okay, yeah. So back to the change, right? Question number 2. Yeah. Back to question number 2. Go ahead.
They've changed their behavior to prevent the past from happening again in the future.
Yeah, they've changed their behavior to prevent the past from ever happening again in the future. Yeah, I think that's huge. because we went from accountability to change, right? That's the key words I heard was accountability and change. So the second part of it was that they've actually made a change, uh, so that it doesn't happen again, for the benefit of the future the future of the relationship. So, Kev, you still with me? You can hear me? Yep. Okay. Twice?
Yeah.
Twice you heard me, or twice?
It's echo, 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 echo.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Right.
So, can you speak to the second comment on that one, and then we'll just yeah.
Yeah. After this, I'm probably gonna head out and come back in and see if that makes a difference. But yeah, it is indeed a 2-step process. Like, you're not, just acknowledging your actions, like, that created the problem. There has to be like tangible differences. And of course, like, most people will think of infidelity as the place that leads to like the lost trust, but it could, it could be anything. Just a person like relying on you to show up. Hey, my flight lands at such and such a time. Okay, I got you. I'll pick you up from the airport, and then you forget to come get them. Like that stuff like that can lead to a loss in trust. Or, hey, I need to borrow, X amount of dollars until such and such time, and I got you. And like, that never comes back, and like, that's a repeated habit that you never make a change on. Like, just any, what I'm saying, any kind of place where a person like can truly disappoint you, take advantage of you, and then not alter their behavior going forward, can lead to that mistrust. I often think about, because I'll say the most relationship that I have is with my students. It's kids, that I see every day. Spend more time with them than they spend with their parents. At times they get more of me than my own kid does. And so we, struggle in those areas. Like, there are, understanding that they're young and that they're going to make mistakes. There are points that I will, forgive and forget, and just keep it pushing. But after you've done the same thing over and over and over, hey, Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry that I haven't been going to class, but I swear I'm gonna get my act together, blah, 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 blah. Week later, you back not going to class. You done that. You done said that to me 3-4 times, and you done gone back to the same pattern 3-4 times. Now I don't care what you say to me, because you've shown me that like your actions don't match your words. So, there has to be, like, you've got to put the work in to make the person really see that, like, that's a change. What do they say? It takes 21 days to make or break a habit. Like, so it's not just something that's going, like, you do it one time and you think that absolves everything. No, like, it has to be, a repeated action that becomes discipline for somebody to feel like they can trust you in that way.
Yep. Like
now,
glass. Now you can hear me?
Yes, God.
Oh, okay, bet. We back. Like glass, trust doesn't take but so much to break or to shatter, but it takes a lot to repair. Right? It doesn't take much to break glass, but it takes a lot to repair it. Your actions actually changing is what matters most. Like, your effort in addressing the thing that offended the person or whatever it is that got your relationship rocky, addressing that thing, and then making a conscious, visible, obvious effort to change that behavior. I mean, how, if you're all right, so like, if you've ever use your students, right? I have people that work for me or what have you, right? So, if I want to change their behavior, if we need to change their behavior, right? There has to be acknowledgement of the situation, acknowledgement of what happened, accountability, right? Responsibility taken for it. And you have to now, from this point forward, do this. I expect from this point forward to see this behavior if this situation comes up. I expect you to do this behavior. And then once that behavior, whatever it is agreed to, then you hold them accountable to that. They have to be held accountable to that. It's the same thing in a relationship. If, like you said, if I always leave a mess, in the room every morning, and right, and my wife is like really, 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 really tired of it, and I always do that, right? I have to at some point start making some changes because that's bothering her if I care about that relationship, right? And it can't just be. I mean, it can't just always be, well, this is just who I am, take it or leave it. It can't just always be that. At some point you do have to adjust to what your partner or your friend, if it's we're talking about a friend relationship, to some extent you got to capitulate to also what they want. It has to be fair, so yeah. People lip service is lip service, man. People talk a good game, say they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, but in the end it's how they move and what they do that matters the most, right? So, and I'll say for me, I understanding that better as I've gotten older. I try to I try my best to, if I realize that I did something, if I genuinely did something that affected our relationship, you know, I I can I'll at least be accountable for it. Now if it's something like, I said like I believe this thing, you don't, and that's why you're mad. I mean, it is what it is. But like if I genuinely did something that like hurt you and affected you, yeah, I mean, you got to be accountable for it so we can move forward and change my behavior so that we can move forward. Because if I don't change my behavior, we can't move forward. If they don't change their behavior, we can't move forward. And it doesn't matter what relationship we're talking about. Work, boss employee, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, parent, child, don't matter. It's the same way. Anyway, that's my thought.
I'm with you. And I feel like this conversation leads to the next point that they were making. If I'm not mistaken, like it kind of ties into the next point.
My bad. Yeah, the third one is that they're not scared off by your reactions to the triggers.
So maybe it wasn't that.
That's all right. We'll jump back. We'll jump back into it. Into it.
No, but that part's important as well. Which I feel like there's, like of course, if the person who was offended wants, like things to work, then if the person who did the offending is doing the work, at some point you do have to move past it. But
yeah,
I, as the person who offended you, don't get to tell you how long it should take you to get past whatever within reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cheated on you and I said I wasn't gonna do it no more. And a week later, you still mad that I cheated on you. Like, that's supposed to be enough time for me to get over you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to decide what that takes. And, if there are things that you're doing that look kind of like a pattern you created leading up to the mistake you made, that is going to be triggering for a person. Like, you always, and we are creatures of habit. So if your pattern was to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and now all of a sudden you doing that, doing that, doing that, doing that, that looks kind of like what led to you doing that thing that you did. So now that I'm reacting to something familiar that hurt me, you getting upset with how I respond to it. No, your communication should be greater, clearer, more forward. Like, if there's something that you think could lend itself to me feeling a kind of way about what you're doing, like, that's your job as the offender to kind of overcompensate for creating this issue in the first place?
Within reason.
Within reason.
Within reason. Because that also doesn't give the person who was offended a license to hold that over that person's head indefinitely either. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a license to do that either. Like, if you're just going to be eternally mad, just leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just as manipulative to hold that, hold that hurt, that pain or whatever it was over that person's head, for, whatever, we'll say years. I'll say years, right? That's also just as unfair, right? Because the whole time you're holding that over his head or her head or whatever, they're actually trying to make the changes that you're talking about. And you're not noticing those changes being made because you're still holding on to that thing that happened back then. I'm not saying, again, it's reconciliation takes time, right? Repairing a broken relationship takes time. It takes healing. We all understand that. But also, it can't just be an indefinite thing.
Yeah.
Here we are 4 years later, you bringing up that thing that happened. I could have swore we moved on from. Here we are 7, 8 years later, you bringing that back up again. I thought we moved on. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there too. You are correct, because you don't get to dictate how long somebody takes to grieve or get over something per se. But also, you who are grieving, you can't just be grieving forever, right? You can't just be grieving forever.
Certain.
I know that's tough.
Listen, because Mother's Day, I could have driven off a cliff. Like, and this, I noticed a different level of grief, different top, but like,
sure,
that's a kind of grief that I don't know that you ever get past. Just sometimes are better than others. But yeah, but I guess the grief of infidelity does have its expiration dates if you're going to stay in that place.
Yeah, I think the grief of anything just about has to have an expiration date at some point if you're going to repair it, if you're going to move forward. If you're going to repair the bridge, then, you got to at some point start repairing the bridge. You know what I mean? Then we just going to sit there and look at how busted the bridge is now. Just keep looking at the key bridge and just being like, damn, remember when that was the key bridge? You know what I'm saying? If we're just going to do that, then there's no progress being made. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Somebody get rich, man. Somebody get rich, yo. You about to pull a Kev, yo.
Hey, listen, it's real. It's real. I feel that in the pit of my soul.
That definitely is.
Dog, listen, that kind of tired, man, is spiritual.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all see this guy? Hey, look, man, he told me when we got on before the live started, man, he was like, man, I am exhausted. And we feel that on a spiritual level. We're going to go ahead and shut this bad boy down, man. Thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? As always, we appreciate you. Kev, go ahead and take us out, brother.
Hey, I'm just glad that I was able to jump on with y'all for, a little bit of time. Y'all got to definitely come back, because there are some more parts of this that we're going to unpack. And, keep the submissions coming. Y'all are, the best audience in the world. So we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I want the kind of rest that Rich is getting. So yeah, man, everybody have a good night, and, be safe. Love on the people you can while you got some time, man.
Yeah, I see all y'all. I hear all y'all texting Rich. I'm assuming that's what it is. Rich, wake up! Rich, wake up! Nah, man, but let that man rest, man. Let him rest. He's doing his thing, handling his business, man. I ain't mad at him. Hopefully everybody got something from today's episode, man. We talked about a lot as always. But it's always good to have some fruitful conversation. Yeah, of course we're gonna crack jokes and all that stuff, but it's also good to have, good fruitful conversation. So hope you guys got something from that. Definitely appreciate all of you. Y'all are absolutely the best part of everything that we do. As I always say, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. There is a war going on for your mind. So no matter what you do, always stay skeptical, always stay informed, always question the narrative until we meet again in 2 weeks. That's it. We out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. Oh man, this how messed up it is, man. Oh man, I ain't even put that. Oh man, where's Rich at? Is he still there? Oh, he's still out. Oh man, there it is. We got it.
Platypus is a metaphor for whatever's keeping you down. Like corporations are a platypus. Government's a platypus. Your teacher is a platypus. My teacher is a panda. Society is a platypus. My parents are a platypus. The media is a platypus. It's all just propaganda. Yeah, we all got a platypus controlling us. It's me. Stop it, nowadays. I'm not speaking metaphorically. The platypus controlling me is underneath the table. Wait, no, he's gone. Hey, there's no platypus controlling me. There's no platypus controlling me!